But yeah, Blue Protocol coming to coming, I guess, worldwide, global in 2023. Let's watch this. Armored Core 6 trailer. Yeah, we'll watch that after this, okay?
It finally happened. Blue Protocol, global, console, 2023 release, everything we could have wanted, except for the publisher. Before we jump into this video though, I do want to thank all of our incredible patrons over on Patreon. You guys do not need to support Mrs. Sticks and I, but you still choose to, and trust me, it is appreciated beyond anything I can convey verbally. You guys are incredible, and admittedly, if you have a moment, follow Mrs. Sticks and I over on Twitter. We'd really appreciate that. So Amazon just announced minutes ago that not only do they have an official English Blue Protocol website up, but
because like a lot of people were worried that Blue Protocol wasn't gonna come out globally until like way later. So this is definitely a positive. Not a fan of the Sticks guy? Well, thanks a lot for letting me know. I'll have to refocus the entire content of the stream based off of that. Yeah, thanks a lot for that. Really appreciate that insight.
Are also going to be the global publisher for the game, just like they are with Lost Ark. And admittedly, a lot of people are...
Well, is Lost Ark being globally published by Amazon? I thought it was just being published here in America by Amazon, and it's published by Smilegate in Korea. I don't know about that. And I think it's also published by someone else in Russia as well. Global except for Korea. Oh, okay.
Upset to hear that because they think that they did a terrible job with Lost Ark. But while I have faith in Bandai Namco with Blue Protocol, I understand them using Amazon here as a global publisher allows for them to reach a much larger, much broader audience.
Well, it's also, I mean, Amazon has, I mean, they published at this point, they've published New World and also Lost Ark. So they are, and like, obviously Lost Ark is not doing amazing. I think Amazon made a number of fuck-ups with Lost Ark. I think they've made an even larger number of fuck-ups with New World. However, they do have 2 continuous games that they have running. So it's like, of course they're gonna publish a third one. It makes sense. Who else would publish an MMO better? Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, you can always shit on Amazon, and like, I'll do it more than anybody. Like, I do it to Amazon. I'll send them messages like, yo, like, so like, what the fuck? Like, I do it all the time. It's like with the New World servers. Oh, apparently this is gonna get fixed. By the way, I've sent now 3 messages about this, and same thing with stuff of Lost Ark. So yes,
and they would have been able to if they had self-published. Now, this has been confirmed to be coming in 2023. It is launching next year.
It's lit.
First in Japan, and then several months later, everywhere else around the world. The best part of this is not only are we getting the game in English, but the global closed beta is also holding pre-registration. Now, I know that there are people that wanted to get into the Japanese closed beta that's going to take place just next month, and I have a link with how to pre-register for the Japanese closed beta down in the comment section. And
I might try to ask them if I can get into the Japanese closed beta or not. Like, I don't know how to speak Japanese, but I mean, you just use context. I played a lot of games, okay? Like, you just, you know, you put 2 on top of 2, it is what it is. So if they let me do it, I'll do it.
Down in the pinned comment down in the description below. But the global closed beta is...
No, whenever I was playing the Mists of Pandaria beta, I actually learned a little bit of Chinese. Like, I didn't really learn what the Chinese... You know, like, how, like, everybody knows in like, Korea, right? They have, like, this thing. It's like, it's either this or it's like this. I forgot which one. But, like, if they're putting this in chat, that means that you're... Yeah, there it is. It's right there. See, oh, they actually gets timed out because, yeah, there we fucking go. It's one of these. Yeah, it's the backwards F. Yeah, it's not FaZe Clan, but it's the backwards F there. And, like, you know, if you're getting a lot of these, you're... I'm so sorry, guys. We have it set to automatically time everybody out. I'm so sorry. If you're getting a lot of these, it means you're farming W's, okay? This is like the Korean W. And anyway, I obviously played with a lot of Chinese people in the beta because it was global. So like you would get used to, like, if you would see certain different Chinese text, it's like, oh shit, okay, all right, let's take this seriously. Yeah. Why'd you time out for that? We have a rule to where anytime, and like, mods, if we want to take that one off, because like I think there are so many Korean users on Twitch that like everybody kind of knows what that means. So it's okay, that one specifically. Well, that's not W. It doesn't need, what I'm saying is that if they're typing that, it means you're doing good. They never type that when they hate you. They only type that when they like you.
Going to have a separate
What does it mean?
registration,
No idea.
a separate sign up. I will have a link to that as well. If the website is to be believed, they do not have a confirmed release date for the beta yet.
Yeah,
I
it's not a
know they
surprise.
held multiple different test phases for Lost Ark prior to it releasing globally, and it was over a couple month period, so I'm assuming, given this is going to release sometime in the second half of 2023.
You know what I really hope they do for Lost Ark whenever they introduce Tier 4? Because, like, you know, Smilegate's already talked about Tier 4 for Lost Ark, like, a while ago. And I really hope that Amazon goes back and they get some of the they get better voice acting for, like, a lot of the main, like, core characters, like Armin, Nineveh, like Carmine, like a few of the other, like, Nia. Because, like, some of the core characters in Lost Ark, their voice acting is so bad.
They are probably going to hold
Vicus,
beta
yeah.
tests roughly around the middle. Maybe we're looking at like July through September or October, or I could be completely wrong, and they'll hold beta tests early on in the year. Now, they released a full trailer at the Game Awards. There's a little bit of information we're gonna go over here. They have a road to launch. They have an FAQ. We're gonna go ahead and look at all of that.
see
But
this.
first, I want to take a look at the official global trailer for the game. I'm hoping, I really am, that the...
Is he going to watch it? Because I already saw it, so I might skip ahead.
What? Come on. Wait, huh? No way, right? They have, well, as of 8:55 p.m. Eastern
Yeah, we should have had it on Twitter. Okay, there we go.
Standard Time, the trailer was unavailable. As of 9:10 Eastern Standard Time, the trailer is still unavailable. So I guess we're not gonna go ahead here and take a look at the trailer, but you know what? That is fine. We all know what Blue Protocol looks like, right? We can clear.
Yeah, it looks like Genshin and Tower of Fantasy. All of these games have the same art style, and I'm all here for it. I don't care. I'm totally okay if they all have the same art style. If every other art style, if they're like, okay, guys, there's another game. It's medieval, dark, gothic fantasy. All the guys are walking around in like plate armor. Everything's like super gritty. There's a lot of blood in it. And I will bat chest for that game every single time. It doesn't matter. Yep, sign me up. All right, another one. Yep, all right, let's go. Totally fine with me.
Clearly see some of the trailer going on in the background right now. We see a lot of great looking characters, a lot of spinny effects, and you know, hot anime Sephiroth with a glowing eye and an Ursoc.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Goblin Slayer Sephiroth.
I'll go ahead and upload a reaction to the trailer once it's actually publicly available and watchable. Let's see. Welcome to Blue Protocol. It's a free-to-play online action RPG.
I love how they're not calling it an MMORPG. I find that interesting. I think that we should move away from the term MMORPG because it has so much baggage and it has so much, like, there's so much expectations of what MMORPG is, whereas a lot of games nowadays are really not what MMORPGs were 10 or 15 years ago, and it just creates a lot of dissonance between like people that like they hear a word and they think something that's like not really true anymore.
Become the hero of your very own fantasy adventure. Now, it's listed as an online action RPG just like Lost Ark is.
Yeah.
It looks like they're showing the classes, all 5 of them. Oh, they changed the names of the classes. This is no longer the Aegis Fighter, it's the Blade Warden. The Twin Striker is still the same. This is...
Keen Strider. What the fuck does that mean?
This is now
Why
called
is she shooting arrows of cum?
the Keen Strider. No way. Before it was called the Blast Archer in Japanese.
I don't know why. Why can't you? Why do you have to fucking? Let me just look
the
at
Blast
this,
Archer.
okay?
Amazon are like, no, let's call it the Keen Strider.
Spellweaver.
And then we have the Spellcasters, now the Spellweaver.
Foebreaker. Okay, so we have the Guardian, the Rogue, or the Guardian, the Warrior, the Archer, the Mage, and the Destroyer. That's basically it. Like, yeah, they always have to come up with these like fucking weird ass names. Expect censorship? Well, I have no idea.
The Heavy Smasher is now the Foebreaker. Please, please, no. What are they doing? What is wrong with Amazon? Why did Amazon change the names of classes in Lost Ark? They're changing the names of the classes in Blue Protocol.
The original names were also stupid. Spellweaver? Motherfucker, that's a mage. Like, oh, it's a guy with a shield? Okay, he's a warrior. That's right. Oh, it's a girl with a bow and arrow? All right, that's an archer. Problem solved.
What are they doing? Foebreaker? Foebreaker, are you serious?
Spellweaver is generally fine. I think Foebreaker actually isn't that bad. I think Keen Striker or Keen Strider, that's fucking stupid. All the other ones I think are pretty much okay. Yeah, Keen Strider. I felt the same way whenever they added the Glavier class. What the fuck is a Glavier?
That's where you want to go with this. Like, I'm gonna be real here. Heavy Smasher isn't really that much better, but Heavy Smasher is a better class name than Foebreaker.
I feel like Heavy Smasher and Foebreaker are the equivalent levels of cringe.
Oh my god. Action-packed combat, skill, mythical echoes. So it looks like they changed the name of the Imagine. There were creatures called Imagine. They've changed them into mystical echoes. I guess.
Kindergarten
outfits,
names, yeah.
mounts, and gestures. I mean, this isn't something.
Well, you see, like, this is not an anime game if there isn't a cat girl on the front page. Yeah, see? You guys thought we were, and a bunny boy and a cat girl. It's that simple.
Something really.
There we go. Yep.
Interesting looking cat girl. It's not.
Yeah, that's just about right. Front page. Well, I mean, close enough to the front page, okay? Oh my, I pre-ordered 5 times. Yeah.
Something we really need to promote. Like, yeah, we have outfits in the game, we have mounts, we have,
questionable age. That's not questionable age. Like, guys, please, let's not dilute the actual fucking weird shit with a thin girl, okay? Like, this is not a question. Like, please, let's not dilute this.
Online team up. I mean, these are features we already knew, but I know a lot of people don't know. You can encounter dungeon solo. Actually, what this doesn't list is that the dungeons, they actually scale to how many people are in the dungeon with you. So if there's one person,
I don't know how that's gonna work, man. I feel like it's like the more people that are there, the odds are it'll either be easier to solo it, 2-man it, or do it with like 10 people or 5 people. I feel like it's not gonna have like a very good difficulty scaling.
So you're tackling
Black
it solo,
trades, yeah.
It'll get more difficult if you bring a friend. It'll get more difficult again if you bring 2 friends, 3 friends, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So you're looking to make it more difficult. Just bring more people, I guess. Let's see what.
Wait
else
a second. Let me actually read that again. There are 3 options whenever entering any dungeon. Solo lets players go it alone. Matchmaking randomly connects you with the available players at a similar level. The parties list lets you browse existing parties looking for adventurers taking on the same challenge. Playing with others creates chain effects that are maximized by continuously attacking enemies. Oh, okay. So like so it's basically like if you're not doing it with a coordinated group, it's probably better to play solo if you can't like chain everything together. That kind of makes sense.
Just bring more people, I guess. Let's see, what else do they have here? Action-packed combat. So basically, it's just showing the same stuff that So basically, it's just showing.
I would say that in terms of the customization, become your ideal safe, choose your facial appearance, hairstyle, clothes, accessories. This was something that was like a massive L in New World, and I think it's also a massive L in Tower of Fantasy, which is like the only other game like this that I played before, is that I can't make a character that looks like this. Or sorry, that looks like me in an anime game. It doesn't have like the hair that I want it to have or anything like that. It's so fucking disappointing, man. Like, I'll show you guys an example of this, just like real quick, okay? Let me see if I can find, where is it here? Fuck. I'll give you an example of like how they don't really do a very good job with this. I wanted to, because I tweeted this at Tower of Fantasy. Tower of, okay. Let me see if I can just copy this and then search for it. Asmongold. Yeah, okay, here we go. So this is an example of what I'm talking about. It's like, so they had this thing, and like you can have this hairstyle in the game, right? This hairstyle was in the game, but you're not able to actually customize your character to have the hairstyle. So I'm like, okay, bro, like all I need to do is change the color and the color of the hair, and we're Shin. But no. King, and yeah, it's also King. You go from King to King. And I couldn't fucking do it. I was so pissed, man. Yeah, so like they need to have better customization, better than Tower of Fantasy. Fuck, man. Zbugs, you use any simulacrum hair on any custom character recently? Well, yeah, I wish I'd been able to do that myself. That's just not true. Yes, it is. The Constellation 3 hairstyles are locked to that character's appearance, and it is a locked set. You cannot have the armor at all. It's just not true. Now, they might have changed it in the time that I haven't been playing, but whenever I played, that was not it.
The same stuff that we already went through, we already read. Let's take a look at the news here and see if has anything new. So it looks like they're just trying to elaborate a little bit on what the game is. Man, that's is good. A gorgeous screenshot. Man, or
looks amazing.
Geez, oh, it looks like they have.
What they really need to have, though, more than anything, is they need to have actual content for players to do it in the game. Like, Lost Ark did really well with this, that there's a lot of stuff for players to do it in-game. I know that obviously by now people have kind of put Lost Ark on maintenance mode because they've played it enough to, like, hit that plateau. But the truth is that Lost Ark did have a lot of really great stuff whenever it came out. And there was a lot to do in the game. Like, I put probably 1,000 hours into the game, and I would say I enjoyed 950 of those hours.
They have official social media platforms now. Okay, I guess I'll go ahead and follow this. Looks like there's nothing on the Blue Protocol channel yet, but you know there will be. Announcement trailer, not available. I mean, you guys might want to get on that. The road to launch. Let's see, we're fully committed to creating the best experience for global players. At launch in the second half of 2023, Blue Protocol will be available in...
That's good to know. Okay, so it's going to be in the second half. So it's going to be at least probably July or something like that. I wouldn't expect to see this game until like probably 9 to 12 months from now.
English, French, German, Spanish, and Brazilian Portuguese. They've had the pleasure of working with Bandai Namco on character customization and accessibility features to ensure that players around the world were able to enjoy this beautifully crafted game and create characters they identify with. So, hold on, wait. Bandai Namco already noted that they were elaborating and expanding upon a lot of the features that were going to be present in the game, a lot of the customization options.
Well, that makes sense because whenever we watched, I don't know how many of you guys watched it. I watched it at like fucking 5 a.m. on my second YouTube channel because like the guys over, and I think this is made in like Japan or some shit. The guys over there, they did like an update on the game. And like basically this is what happened with the Blue Protocol devs is that like 3 years ago, this game got announced. Okay. And they were talking about it for a while, and then they had an update for the game. It's like, okay, this is what's going to happen. And then we heard nothing from the Blue Protocol developers for like 2 years. They come back, And they do like a 4-hour live stream. They're like, we've taken this feedback into consideration. We're changing this. This is what's happening. This is what we've been doing. Here's some new updates. Here's combat. And also, by the way, it's coming out next year. And that was it. It was
and
pretty
as
cool.
you know, Amazon were responsible for diversifying the selection of options that were available in Lost Ark, and kudos to Amazon for doing that. But I'm guessing here that they are also working on diversifying Blue Protocol more, because Blue Protocol had very specific looks and very specific aesthetics that were unique to the anime genre, and that...
Well, they don't have any black people in there because Japan is pretty much, like, as far as I know, pretty much everybody in Japan is Japanese. So it's like diversity is not a big thing over there because everybody in Japan is fucking Japanese. That's the way it goes. And it's like, yeah, it's the same thing. Like, I know people get mad about this and they're like, oh, it's like, this is like fucking woke or like diversity or whatever. Bro, like, you go to China and you go to church, you got people that are Christian over there. You know who they've got a picture of? Chinese Jesus. That's the way it goes. I've seen black Jesus. I've seen every other type of Jesus. That's what happens. Yeah, I've seen plenty of pictures of this. Wrong? No, I've seen the pictures myself. I'm not saying everybody's like that. Of course not. But of course there is a lot of people that just want to have the characters look like them. I think that in general, whenever people play these MMOs, there are some people that like playing a character that looks completely different than them. But I do think there's also a huge contingency of people that like playing a character that is the ideal version of themselves, right? So I play a character that looks like me with a full head of hair. Stuff like that. You show us Chinese Jesus. Sure. We've got probably some of these here. I don't know how many of these are actually Jesus. Oh, this might be him leaving the leaving there. Oh, another one there. Asian Christian art. I love how everybody always goes and tries to say that I'm wrong. Like, I'm never wrong. I wouldn't have said it if I didn't know it.
Aren't typically
Come on.
inclusive of other cultures and ethnicities. And I know, again, Amazon are very...
Look, bro, like, why are you even talking around it? You're saying that, like, whenever Blue Protocol comes out in the U.S., they're gonna have black people in it. Okay, that's fine. There's black people here. Nobody gives a fuck. You want to play a black character? Totally fine. This is, like, who cares?
for that kind of inclusion, and I'm assuming that is what they are working with Bandai Namco here to implement into the game. They go on to state that they plan to share more information on how Amazon Games is working to preserve Bandai Namco's vision. So this is going to be...
I think that's important, right? Because, like, you don't want to have, like, what happened with Lost Ark is that Lost Ark, I think that there was a very clear disconnect, and I think that disconnect still exists in Lost Ark with Smilegate and Amazon. I mean, Gold River came out, who's like, this is like the Yoshi P of Lost Ark. The Gold River comes out, and on the announcement day of Lost Ark, he's like, yeah, bro, like, Amazon, like, yeah, we had some problems with them. Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know how they do things, but it is, I mean, shit. Like, I'm just glad the game's finally coming out, okay? Let me just say that. Yeah, he just literally put them on blast on Amazon's own announcement thing. So, yeah, lots of DC issues, etc. Yeah, of course. All right, while you play as Black Person, about adding more diversity in the world itself. Yeah, I have no idea. I think that as long as it's not something that's, like, weird or immersion breaking, it doesn't really matter. I don't think you should just, like, add things and, like, just change things just for some sort of quota. But whenever it doesn't make a big difference, I don't think most people care.
A little different to what we're expecting.
And the people that do care probably are not even fans of the game. They're, like, ideological people that don't like seeing this exist. So they're not even, they're like, oh, I'm not going to play this game. Bitch, you never were going to.
I guess this is part of the reason that players are upset, because Amazon are technically altering core aspects of the game, maybe core functionality of the game, to make it more appealing to Western players. And
which is something they did for Lost Ark, and Lost Ark is better because of it. An example of that is legendary armor. In Korea, you're able to buy legendary armor through a gacha system that increases your damage. In Lost Ark in America, this is called Yaz's Jar. In Lost Ark in America, that's not what it is. It's not in the game. So I do think that there have been improvements. And also, another thing with Korea and Lost Ark is that you have to roll your pets. Like, pets do not come with deterministic stats that are changeable. You have to roll them yourself. It's a 1% increase? Yeah, but that's still 1%.
That, therefore, is not remaining faithful to Bandai Namco's original vision of the game. Now, I don't know exactly what they're altering. I guess we'll need to find out as they continue to release trailers, release information. They are going to be featuring beta tests, tons of new content, community-centric events.
It's lit.
That all sounds great. Good. I'm glad. I'm happy. They have an FAQ down here. It'll be available to download for free second half of 2023. These are the regions it is going to support.
Sure.
These are the languages it will support. And most importantly, Blue Protocol will be available to download for free on PC, so Steam, PlayStation 5, and the Xbox X S.
Thank fucking God I don't have to download another launcher to play this game. That's the best thing about this. Like, I hate it whenever a video game comes out and it's like, hey, we have our own special launcher we want you to use. It's like, oh my God, why do you... Oh, no, not again. So annoying.
So they have now fully implemented the game onto consoles.
Massive fan of this. I think console integration is great.
Full console functionality between every major console platform, with the exception of Nintendo devices.
I don't know why Nintendo. It's
And
not on Nintendo.
PC. This is what players wanted. They wanted it on console. They wanted a global release. They wanted a beta to play all of this for 2023. I have been saying that this game would release in 2023 for a little while now, after Bandai Namco confirmed 2022 in Japan and 2023, or the year after, everywhere else. And they seem to be kind of sticking to that to a degree. 2023 in Japan, technically, and then also 2023 globally. You know what? Blue Protocol. It's here. It's coming. 2023. Everywhere around the world, with the exception of certain regions. The regions in specific, of course, being the regions...
You cannot play Blue Protocol if you are in North Korea. Sorry, guys. You're gonna have to miss out on this one.
That probably IP block Lost Ark. So, if you can't play Lost Ark, you probably won't be able to play Blue Protocol either.
NordVPN.
But that's just speculation. It might not be entirely true. I don't know. Now... Oh, can't believe it finally happened. So excited. But you know what? If Blue Protocol isn't your thing, no problem. I got 2 different videos on screen right now that are definitely going to be of interest to you. One featuring a brand new MMO, was just announced, just got an in-game gameplay trailer for. The other, a video featuring every MMO scheduled to come out this month, in the month of December 2022. Go
I'm
check
not going to
both the
watch
videos
these
out.
today,
I'm sure
but I'll
they'll
watch
keep you
those in the future.
preoccupied while waiting for Blue Protocol to come out in the next, little over half a year, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I have no idea. I mean, it seems exciting to me. I'm good all about it, man. Yeah, fuck yeah, it's great. I mean, I hope that I hope the game's fun. Obviously, if there's any sort of new information or updates about this game, I'm gonna just let you guys know. I will play the game, etc. Watch a video about that trash gacha game. Well, I don't know if it has gacha or not. I mean, my understanding is that Blue Protocol doesn't have any pay to win. I think that they've committed to not having the game, to having the game not have pay to win. Excuse me. So yeah, I don't think that's a problem at all. That's whatever.